Hey everyone, my name's Alyssa and welcome back to Curate-id. So it's January 2nd and it is the start of 2018. I am so excited for everything that this year has in store for me, for us, and for the world. 2017 was a heck of a year. But we are looking forward, we are looking on the horizon to everything that's to come. And in line with that, I really wanted to start the new year with mindfulness and direction. So one of the things that I decided to do was to create a yearly theme. And Ink and Volt, the daily planner company, actually came out with a guide to creating one. What it asked me to do was first to take a look at what 2017 was and reflect on what went well, what I'd like to leave behind in the year, and what I'd like more of in the coming year. And then I was asked to reflect on the person that I'd like to be in 5 years at 31, 32, and ask myself, what does she know? Who does she hang out with? What does she do with her time? What's her career like? And to really reflect on all of these things in order to create a foundational year. I think I just gave away what my theme was. In order to create a yearly theme that'll get you from where you were this past year to where you'd like to be. I'm so excited to present to you and to tell you about what my yearly theme will be. And for me, it's going to be foundation. And that was something that I took the time to reflect on based on one, the Ink and Volt guide, as well as quotes and reflections from two very important people. The first was J.K. Rowling. She said in a speech in which she was talking about the circumstances that brought her to creating Harry Potter. And what she said then was, rock bottom was the foundation on which I built my life. That quote resonated so strongly with me. Obviously, J.K. Rowling's situation is much different than mine. The sentiment there is, I believe, so strong and so important. When we think about setbacks, when we think about failure, we kind of dig ourselves into a hole. And that's not something that's easily, crawled out of. And it's something that everyone does. That attitude and that perspective, I think, is really important. Your failures and your setbacks, all they are really a platform for you to know, this is where I could be and there's only one way up from here. And I think that's really important. That's something that I'd like to keep in mind as I move into the new year. The second is from Gary Vaynerchuk, and I had the absolute pleasure of hearing him speak at Synergy Global Forum in New York this past year. And one of the things that he kept kind of like driving into the audience was, well, first of all, he went around and polled the audience asking, who's under 40, who's under 32, who's under 28. What he was trying to drive was, you are so young. No matter how old you think you are so young and you have all the time in the world ahead of you, and you just need to be patient. More than anything, you just need to be patient and take what you want to do, take what you'd like to see yourself as, and find values, find tactics to practice every single day. And if you do these things repeatedly, consistently, every single day for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, you're going to be so much further than you ever thought possible. So in line with all of these things, I decided to make my yearly theme foundation. I've acknowledged that everything that I'd like to be, every aspect of what I want for myself in the future, that needs to start right now. There's no point in delaying, there's no point in wasting time. If I want to be who I want to be in the future, it comes down to the actions that I'm going to take now. So that's what I'm committed to this year, is a year of growth, of learning, of opportunity, taking this year and setting myself up for whatever success may look like. So in line with that, I have 3 resolutions, goals, whatever you'd like to call them, that I'll be trying to keep in mind for this next year. So the first is to be more kind to myself. And for me, this means knowing when to prioritize myself, learning when to prioritize myself, acknowledging and respecting my own limitations, as well as being very realistic with myself and the standards of excellence I hold myself to. The second is to attend one event per week, at least. This is something that I've been doing more consistently over the last year, and that's something that I'd like to keep doing in the future to keep improving and being accountable for my own growth. The third part of foundation for me is going to be to prioritize friendships this year. I was genuinely surprised and humbled when I saw, everyone that was coming out of the woodwork after the breakup to give support, to give encouragement, advice, kindness. And it made me realize that, being in a codependent relationship for the last 4 years, I haven't been as mindful of a friend as I'd like to be. That's something I'd like to change this year in order to build a really strong foundation for friendships that I hope will last a lifetime. So with foundation and with those 3 resolutions, goals, that is how I'm setting the stage for 2018. And I'm so excited to share whatever happens this year, good and bad, with you all. If you'd like to give the Ink and Volt yearly theme a shot, I'll put the link down below, and feel free to try it out. Share in the comments what your yearly theme is and what your resolutions are. And I'm really excited to grow on this journey together. So thank you so much for watching, and I'm so excited to see you next time. Bye!